All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is called Dear Doc and Cat. Dear Diary, but with a band guy and a cat.
Doc and Cat giving advice, telling you what to do with your problems. Doc and Cat, she's just a cat, and him, well, he's just a band guy. Got nothing to lose, yeah. Together we will find an answer. Trust Doc and Cat, yeah. We won't steer you wrong.
A couple of ground rules. Thank you for all the submissions. I've got over 40 freaking questions in like the last day. So when you send your questions in, also put like a code name on the bottom, something so I can call you out without saying who it is, because some of these questions I'm sure you don't want everybody knowing who said them. But we're gonna do three. One is about love. One is about science, and the other is about life. We're going to start with love here. So this first question comes from Barry. Cat, you're listening? Cat's listening. Barry, he or she says, I'm in love with my best friend. What do I do? And I'm making the assumption that those feelings are not reciprocated, because otherwise this wouldn't be a problem. You'd be making out under a stairwell somewhere, and it'd be awesome. I'm going to tell you something you probably don't want to hear. And it kind of sucks, but this is called unreciprocated love. It's happened to everybody. It's happened to Brad Pitt. It's happened to Ryan Gosling, Jennifer Lawrence, you name it. No matter who you are, where you are, this has happened to you. And it sucks. And you know why? You're not going to like this. But there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot make somebody else like you, or like you more, or do whatever. There is nothing you can do. There are no words. There are no actions. There's nothing. It's the fucking worst. You feel that? You feel that pain right in your chest? That, like, it's the worst. So you know what the reason is why you can't change the way somebody else feels? It's because 95% of the way they feel has nothing to do with you. It has to all do with them. But you're like, wait, I saw this movie where the best friend didn't know how they felt, and they came out and they sang to them in the middle of a lunchroom. They sang some sappy song, and then all of a sudden they fell in love. That's Hollywood bullshit. I'm sorry. It sucks to hear. Does not work like that. In fact, it can only make it worse. So if you're asking, should you say something to them? Should you tell them how you feel? You know, because at least you told them how you feel. That's probably not a good idea. A, if the person has any kind of common sense or intuition whatsoever, they probably already know. B, it's just going to make things weird. If they really are your best friend and you enjoy that relationship as it is, unfortunately, you're just going to have to sit on it. Now, what is the good news in all this? So, I just crushed your dreams. I know that sucks. I know. Nobody's ever going to watch this again. But I'm trying to be real here. The good news is you have control over yourself. So you take that shitty feeling inside, and you take the, love and happiness you feel for another person, and you use it on yourself. You make yourself become a better person. You work towards whatever it is. You wake up, you're not going to want to do anything, but find something that you love, something that makes you happy about yourself. I like to work out. 3,278. I like to write music. Fucking girls are the worst. Blood-sucking, suck you bitches. And you do that. And you do that over and over until one of two things happen. Either A, their feelings change and suddenly they like you, or B, you stop noticing them. They go away, they disappear, those feelings, and you move on and you find somebody else. That's how it works. So to sum up, don't say anything, because it's just going to make things weird. 2, you can't change how somebody else feels. Sucks, but it's the truth. 3, the only thing you can change is yourself. Kat, did that make sense? No, it didn't make sense. All right, question number 2 is a scientific question. This is from Niffer. My female cat has been experiencing very strong, noisy, and stinky gas. What could be causing this? Why don't male cats have this problem? I'm not a scientist. I have no clue about cat anatomy or what they do, so hey, I'm just gonna do my best with this one. I'm just gonna Sherlock Holmes this shit, And I'm going to say if they're having trouble with their stomach, it's probably what's going into their mouth. Probably the food. It probably has nothing to do with the fact that she's a female cat. It probably means just like humans, some people have weaker, stomachs than other cats. And, that meow mix and all the stuff you get off, that's like a mix of tons of stuff. And my cat actually had that problem. I know, cat, you're embarrassed, but, it happens, okay? Cat actually had this problem, and I went to Chewy, and I got some Hound and Gatos salmon. Sponsor us. So this is pure, just one thing. It's not a mix of things. It's just salmon in a can. Chewy, sponsor us. And A, she loves it. B, all those gastrointestinal problems went away. Sponsor Duck and Cat. Buy Cat a diamond encrusted car. Alright, and so this last question is about life. This comes from Johnny. Lately I've been so down and I don't know what to do. I'm in senior year and I'm so lost. I fail at everything. Even when I tried my hardest, I don't understand. What should I do? Dropping out isn't an option because I really want to graduate, but it's like it'll never be enough to do anything good in life. Okay. Again, back to point one. Everybody has felt like this. Sorry, had to let Cat out. She was pissed. There are times where you will wake up and you feel like you can do nothing right in life, and that never goes away, whether you're 107 or 25 or 18. It happens to everybody. When life gets overwhelming, there's only one thing to do. You gotta break it down. So when you wake up in the morning, you feel like life is crushing the life out of you. You break it down. You stop looking at the big picture. You stop worrying about tomorrow. You don't worry about yesterday. And you look, what do I have to do today to get where I want to be? Then maybe it's, shit, I don't know. I have to learn how to calculate the area of a triangle. So can I do that today? That's very reasonable. You could probably figure that out. Actually, you could Google that in like 5 seconds. But you know what I mean. I have this paper I need to do. That's all you worry about. Take everything else. Listen, I got to write this paper. I can do this. Write one paper. You're still going to fail. You're still going to screw up. You're still going to have bad days. I failed classes before. It happens. Important thing is not to quit. Take it day by day. Break down your problem. And just know everybody's been there. And almost everybody is going to be there again. If there was no chance of failure, what would graduating high school mean? Nothing. What would graduating anything mean? Nothing. It's failure that makes the things worth it. So this is a little philosophical nerdness for you. I love like mythology, and so one of the running themes in that is that the gods were super jealous of humans. Why, if you're freaking Zeus and you're in the clouds and you can throw lightning bolts and you can sleep with anybody you want on the planet at any time, why would you be jealous of, an average Joe like me? And the reason is because we can fail. Because we can die. Because we're mortal, that means that we can fail. That means that what we do has consequence, that it has meaning. And they are so jealous of that because they're just immortal, they live forever, and nothing they do matters. So try to take that into account. Every time you fail, it's going to make your success even more sweet. Success is counted sweetest by those who ne'er succeed. That's a little Emily Dickinson for you. You're welcome. That's it for round one. Again, send your questions to either my Instagram or Rivers Monroe at gmail.com. I don't know, I should probably make a separate email address for this because it's getting messy. But I'm not going to do that this week because I don't really care. And it's Christmas, so I got shit to do. But yeah, send in more questions. I mean, I got plenty in the queue. I'm usually just going chronological order, but sometimes I'll mix it up, and if I don't get to you, just hit me up again. And yeah, that's advice from a band guy and cat. See you next week. Enjoy the holidays. Don't be a Grinch.